nanotechnology running through his veins augments his strength, his reflexes, even his healing capabilities. He's unlike anything we've seen before.
Vin Diesel, sci-fi action, and tank tops? What could possibly go wrong?
And initiate sequence?
Bloodshot. So Vin Diesel plays a Marine named Ray Garrison. He and his wife are murdered, and through the use of science and nanotechnology, he's resurrected. Enhanced with nanotech, he becomes a superhuman killing machine with a little bit of amnesia. When his memory floods back, he goes on a path of revenge, only to discover a conspiracy. Not many surprises here, guys, because the trailers give so much of the story away. So this movie is a comic book adaptation from Valiant Comics. Full disclaimer, I've never read the comics. I don't know how faithful it is to the source material. So of course, I'll purely be talking to you about the film on its own. Honestly, after seeing all the trailers, I didn't really have high hopes for this movie. But I gotta tell you guys, this turned out to be a lot better than I expected. One of the main things that really annoyed me though, this film had so many unnecessary fast cuts. For example, there's a conversation between three people in a medical room. There's so many cuts in this scene that you'd think that they were filming an action sequence. It reminds me of that ridiculous scene where Liam Neeson's jumping over a fence in Taken 3. And this fast cut style is there almost the entire film. It was dizzying. Thank God they didn't incorporate shaky cam along with it. Otherwise, that's an instant clean up on aisle 6 situation.
Clean up in all the aisles.
When a filmmaker uses this style of filming, it usually tells me they're trying to hide something.
What are you hiding, Peter?
That they don't know much about cadence and pacing in their camera work. It's really annoying and it hurts your eyes. And this movie is super predictable. We've probably seen 100 of these types of movies before.
This looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
The film is rich with generic characters. You have these stereotypical tech guys who are kind of like the comedy relief. And for me, the jokes only landed maybe 2 out of 10 times. It's an action film reminiscent of the 90s and the early 2000s. This movie even has its own version of Iceman from Top Gun.
You're everyone's problem.
A couple of efforts for a twist, but I'm sure many of you would have already seen it coming. And this film is heavy in exposition. Like they feel the need to explain everything. I feel like we can't go 5 minutes without someone just vomiting exposition to the audience. At one point, I was just waiting for one of the characters to look directly in the camera and say, "Are you following us so far? Or should we slow down for you?" You stupid! Show, don't tell. We action fans are smart too. The heavy CGI scenes were obviously CGI, but I give it a pass because I've definitely seen worse. Now let me tell you what worked for me. Because it's sci-fi action, I already know to suspend my disbelief. Outside of the Fast franchise, I haven't seen Vin Diesel play a badass like this since back in his Riddick days. The use of tech during the action scenes was very Metal Gear Solid 4, and some of the stunts were fantastic. Vin takes out so many bad guys in brutal fashion, and sometimes in creative ways. Guy Pearce and Eiza Gonzalez really improved this film for me. Guy Pearce is a magnificent thespian, and it's a shame he didn't have much to work with in this movie. But it's never a mistake to add his talent to your roster. And Eiza Gonzalez played such a kick-ass character. I think she's the only one that had dialogue that didn't come across cheesy. Now before I share my final thoughts, just a quick reminder to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications to my weekly reviews. And if you like my content and you're feeling generous, become one of my valued subscribers by signing up to my Patreon. Check out the link in the description below. And now for my final thoughts.
Where are you going?
I've got unfinished business.
Starting with the lows, we've got many unnecessary cuts, very predictable, and heavy in exposition. And as for the highs, we've got very cool action, Guy Pearce and Eiza Gonzalez.
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you got yourself killed.
So overall, it's not the best action film I've seen, but it's not boring either. In saying that, I can almost guarantee that you'll find at least something in this film that'll annoy you.
I feel like I just heard this. Are they playing this on repeat?
It's cheesy, sci-fi, old school kind of action. And if that's your thing, this film might be right up your alley. And if it is, I suggest you grab your face mask and hand sanitizers and make your way to the theaters near you. And just one last thing, there is no mid-credit or end-credit scene, so you can get out of there straight away. Have you seen Bloodshot yet? Maybe you liked it more than me, or maybe you absolutely hated it. Either way, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and while you're there, let me know what I should review next. If you like my content, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos. And who am I, you ask? I am Groot. Bye for now.
I'm Groot.